Good evening, everyone. This is Unapologetic Tea Time with your host, PG. That's me. I'm going to give everyone a couple of minutes to get into the room. We have about a minute and 30 seconds left before the hour of 10 p.m. So sit back and relax, and we will get started at 10 p.m. sharp. Hey, Tim, how are you? How are you? Hope life's treating you well on this midweek Wednesday, hump day. I'm just waiting for, I'm doing good. I can't complain, Tim. Thank you for asking. I hope that you are doing well. Awesome, awesome. That's good to hear. Just waiting for the hour of 10 p.m. It's 9:59 where I am on the East Coast. And going to give it a couple of more seconds and I'm going to get started. Welcome everyone this evening. Welcome Tim. Welcome to all my current subscribers and to all of the new visiting people that I know will be peeping into the room shortly. You are listening to Unapologetic Tea Time with your host, PG. That's me. Good evening, all. I am doing well, and I hope that you are all well too. It's Wednesday, it's hump day, y'all. It's 2 more days until the weekend. Yay, yay, yay. Well, with that being said, y'all, I am going to go ahead and get right into today's topic. Basically, I have my little title here that says, yes, yes, if they're there, I hope that they smack those thumb up buttons and show me plenty of love and support, Tim. Thank you. As you always do, I can always count on you. Thank you so much. It is much appreciated. But without further ado, folks, let's go on and get into it. The title of this podcast vlog is We Rise Wednesday. But the real crux of the title is We Rise by Lifting Others. We rise by lifting others. And I have been kind of tossing this topic around in my head a little bit for several weeks now, and just decided to come on and talk about it today, or this evening, shall we say. We rise by lifting others. A lot of times, in my opinion, and it has been my experience over the years, that we try and lift up other folks, but this saying has been a very, shall I say, a misunderstood concept. Let's put it that way. We rise by others. And I'm going to get into a little bit of a detail because I wrote out a couple of notes that I wanted to make sure that I went over in my talk today. Don't forget, folks, you are listening to Unapologetic Tea Time with your host, PG. That's me. I also have helpful information, tips, news articles, my blog articles over at my blog at www.unapologetic-time with pg.com. We rise by lifting others. It's a very simple concept in itself, or a very simple saying. But at the same time, I feel that it is one of the most misunderstood sayings out here in society today. I want to talk about, first and foremost, what lifting others actually means, or more importantly, what it doesn't mean, shall we say. All too common in this day and time and in society that we know it as today, we think about when you lift someone else up out of a negative situation, you provide them with most times a comparison, kind of, sort of. Well, most people do anyway. And that old cliche of, well, look at it this way, look on the bright side. Um, you could be worse off, or you could be worse than that person over there on the corner down the street or whatever. And to be honest, how many times have you guys heard that? I mean, far too many times you hear that, or maybe even have said it yourself in a certain way or whatever, not necessarily meaning any harm, but not necessarily stopping to think about the harm that you are causing or could be causing that person who is in a negative situation or a downturn spiral down in their life. When you say, well, look on the bright side, things could be worse. Well, hell, at that point, things could be worse. We know that. But at that time, when that person or group of people are going through that, they can't think of anything that could possibly be worse than what they're already going through. A lot of times we say, oh, that's terrible. Oh, that's too bad. But don't feel so bad. Look on the bright side. You still living, and look on the bright side. You still got your health and strength. It's something crazy, to that effect. And I just want to bring across that when we use that approach, it doesn't do anything to lift that person up. And I'm gonna tell you, hello, Miss Lowe, how are you? Good evening. Um, Thank you all for tuning in, but I'm gonna tell you that it just doesn't do anything to that person. I mean, um I've been down in the trenches, and I know firsthand what it feels like to have some similar words told to me. Like, well, Pat, look on the bright side. You still have a truck, and you still have your box truck. Well, fuck, I'm living in my box truck. Well, how worse can it possibly get? Look on the bright side. Bright side? What bright side? Because at that point, I can't see a bright side, because all I can see basically is what I'm in at that particular moment. So that's why I'm saying is when we try to lift others, we rise by lifting others. Please be mindful as to how we approach and how we choose our words, and let's choose those words very, very carefully. Um, because like I said before, um, the person that's going through it only hears the negative connotations that you're bringing across to them because they're already in a negative situation. And the real insanity of the comparing someone else's plight to someone else's plight, it just doesn't do any good to that person that you're trying to lift up. you know so let's be mindful of that. um it's kind of cruel, in my opinion, and this, of course, is just my opinion, because I'm apologetic. That's the title of my little handle here, but it's just my opinion, and I'm trying to be positive today, because I'm positive most days. But you cross me the wrong way, or you tell me something crazy, then you know how it is. I just don't have too much patience for silly, stupid stuff. But let's be mindful again, on how we approach someone or a group of people that may be going through something, and we in our hearts know that we're trying to uplift them, but at the same time we actually could be tearing them down when we say things in comparison to, like, well, look at the bright side. You still have your health and strength, but yet that person is sleeping outside underneath the bridge, or something crazy. So let's not say that. Let's try to find something else to say and go about it or approach it in a different aspect. Um, by lifting others, we're actually helping to raise their vibrational frequency. And that's like everything in the universe is kind of connected pretty much. But when we choose those words carefully and we choose those words positively, we make a positive impact. And when we throw out positivity, then positiveness comes back to us. I have a near and dear, and I call them a friend, who is so positive. I can count on them to give me a positive word, and I know that that positivity comes back to them tenfold because they choose their words carefully, and they're going to find something positive to say, and it's always something that will uplift you. Even, when you're feeling down or kind of like not so great, but you're okay, that person always finds just the right thing, because I'm a person. Sometimes I have a lot to say and sometimes I don't. And I've been around them quite a number of times where I've observed very carefully. Um, and their heart is always in a good place. So they'll kind of back up a little bit, analyze the situation a little bit, and then they'll always pause before they speak. They just don't throw those words out there, because we all know that when you throw those words out there, a lot of times um, we have no control over what the person that you're talking to hears. You can line up a group of people and they could say the same positive thing, and then you line up 5 people that they spoke those positive words to or those positive affirmations to, and hell, 2 out of the 5 may get it, and the other 3 might have said, well, you didn't say that at all, I didn't get that. So we have no control over what the person is going to hear with their ears, if they're listening or if they're hearing, because listening and hearing is 2 different things. But back to what I was saying is, um, let's not forget about the choice of words that we use when we try to lift others up. Again, we rise by lifting others, and I wanted to touch on this because it's kind of been on my mind. Um, we can always get better at what we do, and what goes around comes around. And when you put that positive energy out there, or you try your very best to be unselfish, and you give of yourself, your time, or your energy, you may not have something monetary to give, but you give of yourself or your time, or just lend a listening ear, you still are putting out that positive energy. And those energies and those things come back to you. It may not come back to you in the form of monetary means, but it'll come back to you in other ways. You get your blessings in a different form. Um, so what I want to do right now is talk a little bit about some ways that we might be able to lift someone else up. And there are many ways that if you come across a person that needs uplifting, things that you can say or do for them that will try to help them. And none of this involves money. So we're taking that money part completely off of the table. That's not even in this equation. Be encouraging. That's an expression and an assurance of one's hope and future in words and in the present form. And be sincere about it. Be understanding. Um, Wisdom and understanding, basically, they go hand in hand. Understanding starts by being an active listener, not planning a reply, but just listening as one is speaking. Then, you may need to ask a couple of intelligent to gain further insight as to, what's really going on with the person. But for the most part, you know, just being understanding, and listening. Sometimes when people talk, or sometimes people need us, you know, or we find out that this person is in need of encouragement, or this person is in need of being lifted up. Sometimes it doesn't even, you don't even need to answer while they're talking. You don't even need to say anything. Just decide to be quiet and just listen. Just give your listening ear. And sometimes that's all that's needed. Sharing knowledge. And that's a big thing here on my channel is I love to share knowledge with the world. Um, I love finding out new things. I love to read. I love information. I love technology. And the most the best thing that I could say about that is I love to share it with others who want me to share it with them. And like I always say, if you can't use the information, then hey, let somebody else have a piece of it. Share it with somebody else. If you don't need it or you can't use it, tell it to somebody else who can. Perhaps that may make their day. That may lift them up and propel them to another level. Knowledge is power. A lot of times I read articles, I read books, I read different things all the time. I'm on different sites, and I find out all kind of things. So it's always a way to help someone, without hurting someone. And it's always a way to give of yourself without it costing you one thin dime. Staying humble, humility, and maturity are synonymous to each other. A dignified person will always accomplish things, and they will brag very little, if at all. They're secure in their standing, they're secure in their truths without the need to make any noise. Um, a humble person will always treat other people with tremendous respect, regardless of their position. You know, a person that's hanging out at the corner store is due speaking to, just like you go to your favorite club or your favorite organization and you speak to one of your colleagues in a suit and tie. It doesn't matter. They're still human. You know, what is it to say hello, how you doing? Or they speak to you, hey ma'am, how you doing? I'm like, I'm good. How about you? There's nothing wrong with that. All right, Tim, I got you, man. I know you're gonna listen to it tomorrow. It's no biggie. I really appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your evening, Tim. But staying humble, be positive. And like I said, if I could bottle up the positivity that this one person that I know, and I'm so glad that they came into my life to sprinkle a little bit of their positivity on me. If I could bottle that up, I mean, I would be filthy rich. If I could bottle it up and sell it, I'm not lying. I would be rich, 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 rich. Um, but I mean, that's impossible. But the positivity counts. It always will count for something, and it goes a long way. It's contagious, actually, because a lot of times, um, when I get to talk to this person, I don't get to talk to them as much as I used to, but it's contagious when they sprinkle that little bit of positivity, like the battery terminal, positive and negative, is like they be reeking with positivity. And then when you speak to them, man, and then next thing you know, you full of positive energy, you full of it too. You be like, damn, Where'd all this positivity come from? But I'm just playing around. But for real, y'all. Um, and show love. Love is patient. Love is kind. We've all heard that before. It doesn't envy. It doesn't boast. It doesn't brag. It's not a proud thing. You know, it's not rude. It's not a seeking thing. Um, it is what it is. There's always hope, always trust, and there's always love. But you have to show it, and you can show love in so many different ways. And um I'm not talking about the love between a male and a female. I'm just talking about the love that you have for your community, your man, your fellow mankind, the love you have for yourself, the love you have for your neighbors. You know, that's what I'm talking about. And you can show that in many, many ways. It doesn't cost a dime. Those are some of the things that will help uplift someone, you know, because we rise by lifting others. We get to the next level while we are working and lifting up other people and other things in other places. So it's easy. It's easier said than done sometimes, but it can be done. And if you're sincere about it, then you'll find a way to be uplifting to the party or parties that may need that uplifting on any particular day in time. Just a kind word, just a smile, just a nod of your head, just a handshake, just a phone call. Those are some of the things. Even to meet a stranger in the park, sitting on a park bench somewhere with their head down, you know, and you have an extra slice of gum and you offer that to them. Just say, "Hi, would you like a slice of gum or whatever?" I mean, that's an uplifting gesture right there, because at that point, you're taking their mind off of whatever their sorrows are or whatever their issues are, and you're diverting and you're putting positive energy. You're sharing something with them, an unopened, fresh slice of gum. So let's be mindful of how we uplift others. And don't forget to stop comparing and telling people that, oh, well, look on the bright side. You could be worse off than you are, or something like that, because that doesn't help. That doesn't do a damn bit of good. That doesn't do anything. Don't forget, folks, you are listening to Unapologetic Tea Time with your host, PG. That's me. Don't forget to go over to my blog at www.unapologetic-time with pg.com. Over there, you're going to find a lot of the things that I've spoken about on the vlog or podcast tonight. And you'll also find a few extra articles that I've written. And I want to bring across one thing before I forget, and that is last week on my show, I talked about um, Black females, especially going into the Asian communities or the Asian businesses and getting their hands and feet done. And some of these um, business entities are abusing them physically and verbally, and are both. I said I would put together a list, and I have done so. I also have included on the list over on my blog several people in the Atlanta metropolitan area. There's at least one or two salons in Texas, I think Los Angeles, Chicago, Virginia, the Carolinas, just a number of places that that you Black females can go to. And all I said last week, if at the end, if you cannot go to one of your own and patronize them as a Black owned business, then at least, ladies, at least take your asses over to an establishment that wants your business, that's not going to strike you, throw acetone in your face, abuse you verbally or physically, and acts at least as though they want you in their establishment and they genuinely want your business. So that's all I'm asking. If you can't go and patronize our own kind, please go somewhere where at least they won't beat your ass and then take your money, or take your money and then beat your ass. And that's all I'm saying in that regards before I get off topic. Continuing on, at the bottom in the description of this vlog tonight, I have a number of things. It pertains to saving money. The time to save is no time like the present. We're fast approaching the fourth quarter. And if you don't know what the fourth quarter is, the fourth quarter starts in October and goes through December 31st. The fourth quarter of the year is where we celebrate a lot of our major holidays. We have three of them major holidays. We have Thanksgiving, we have Christmas, and we have New Year's. Those are the three major ones, and they come bam, 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 back to back to back to back. So what better time to is like the present to save a few dollars? And I'm talking about, I have put together a list of some saving apps, and I've also put in my referral codes. I don't really make anything off these referral codes, but when you are an avid user to some of these money saving apps like I use, what they do is they give you these referral codes in order to share with family and friends, and it also will give you a few extra points by signing up using that referral code. Now, Fetch Rewards, let's talk about them for a second. It's a little reward savings when you go to the store, or you're buying online, or you're walking in the grocery store, or you're walking in a shopping center or department store. You will get points, and you redeem those points for gift cards, or you can redeem your points and turn them into PayPal cash. And we know what PayPal is. You can get paid. Swag Bucks is another one. IBOTTA, a lot of people are familiar with IBOTTA. If you go grocery shopping, you may as well have the IBOTTA app. The IBOTTA app from time to time gives you back cash back on the items that you were going to purchase anyway. Why not get a few cents back? Sometimes $2 back, $3 back. It just depends. Rise up. That's right. Um, Checkout 51 is another one. Rakuten, which was formerly Ebates, and I still say Ebates. A lot of people who are have used this company for years and years will still say Ebates. Um, it's a cashback site. Like if you go to Amazon and you're purchasing an Amazon product, and a lot of times they'll have 5% cash back on whatever your purchase is on that Amazon product, especially Amazon electronic products like the Amazon Fire tablets, the Fire Sticks, the Fire Cubes, the this, the that. So they're always giving cash back. Shopkick is another one. If you just walk yourself into a Best Buy, they'll give you 50 points right there. If you walk yourself into a Marshall's department store, that's another 75 points. I think it's 1,500 points, and you can get $5, and you choose what gift card you want. A lot of times, if I'm out and about and I'm in a plaza and there's 3 or 4 of those stores, trust and believe, I will walk my fat on into those stores. And a lot of times, I'm not really buying anything. I'm just in the store to collect my points. Once I walk through the threshold, the little thing goes ching, and I got my points. And a lot of times I'll go in, I'll look around, and a lot of times I'll just turn around at the vestibule of the store, hell, like I'm at the wrong store or something, and I'm out. I've gotten my points. It's all I came for. Um, but those little things add up during this time of the year, and this time of the year coming up and going forward, they're going to be giving even more points because they want you to shop. And people are going to shop anyway because it's the festive time of the year, and they feel that they just got to do this big bang up of a thing for Christmas. It only comes once a year. It's only one day, and they gotta, go all out. And that's, if that's what you do, do you. I ain't got a problem with it. I got very few friends. The few I have, I buy them a little token or whatever if I so choose, and that's a wrap. You know, that's a wrap. But when I do spend my money, my hard-earned money or whatever, I try to get back a few dollars for everything that I purchase, even going to the grocery store. For those of you who want or need or know anyone that needs, excuse me, Microsoft Office, um, first off, I want you to think long and hard about whether or not you truly, really need Microsoft Office, or if you can use Google Docs or something of that nature before you plank your hard-earned money down and buy the Office Suite package that's $400 or $500, unless you're a student and you can get a student discount rate. Now, if you don't fit into any of those categories and you just got to have the normal Office because you've been used to using Office all this time, you use it on your job, you use it at home, and you just got to have Office, then save yourself some money and go ahead on and go to office.com, and that's under the Microsoft platform. And what you do is, anybody that has a Windows computer these days normally will have a Microsoft account because it's tagged with Windows and Bing and all of that. So that same account that you have, if you've made it up already, still should be active. And you can use that, and you can use office.com in the clouds all you want, free of charge. The only thing that would be a problem is if you try to use it solo dolo, meaning not hooked to the internet. You have to have internet at some point. You have to have either your computer hooked via Ethernet to your router, or you have to be sitting at McDonald's on Wi-Fi, or at your house in the living room or whatever, as long as you have it hooked to the internet to be able to use it. So you can still use it all you want. Boom, bam, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. PG said so. Go over to office.com, and if you need to create a Microsoft account, it's free of charge. You can do it. It takes about 2 seconds, and you can still have Office for no charge. Last but not least, y'all, and I'm sharing, this is the part of what I talked about, sharing knowledge. This is the part that I like to do, and that's what I'm doing here tonight, because we rise by lifting others, and hopefully I can lift someone up in knowledge, and hopefully there's something that I have spit out tonight that someone can take and use. But millions of people every year um, leave millions of dollars or more on the table, and they're unclaimed by the consumer, and that's you. The reason I say that is class action lawsuits are designed to hold companies accountable for misleading their customers and or deceiving their customers. Um, these are products that you've purchased. These are products that you perhaps use. These are products that you could have used at your mama house, your sister house, your brother house, your brother-in-law, sister-in-law, whatever, while you were in school last semester, whatever. And a lot of times you'll find out that those products or will have some kind of defect or was misleading, such as there's a detergent right now that they're investigating that's saying that it says that it's these many ounces in the bottle of detergent, but you're supposed to get X amount of washes or X amount of loads, such as like a 35 load or 40 load, and you may only be getting 30 loads, and it's supposed to give you 40 loads. Well, when those kind of lawsuits or class action lawsuits pop up, a lot of times you, the consumer, you don't realize anything about it. You don't know about it. And if you're using that brand of detergent, or if you used it anytime within the particular period from, say, 2010 up until 2018, then you fit in that class of people. So you are entitled to be compensated. And one of the websites that I'm going to share tonight is called classaction.org, O-R-G. Class Action, not S, but action.org, O-R-G. And there you will find, if you click at the very top of the page, when you go to that page, the word settlements. When you click that, then you will see all of the active settlements by all of the companies that have class actions against them for their products that they were selling to you or me and everybody else, the consumer. You are able to apply if you qualify. Some will have you submit documentation. Some has no documentation, such as a receipt or whatever. So you can apply and you will get whatever they say that they're going to give you: $2, $5, $10, $30, whatever it is. How long it takes, I don't fucking know. To be honest, I don't know. A long time sometimes. Some not so long as others. 3 to 6 months, 6 months to 9 months. It's taken me to get some of these checks. But trust and believe they do come. Trust and believe they do come, and they are legitimate. And I have cashed lots and lots and lots of them. Matter of fact, I have two sitting on my desk right now, that I will be taking a picture of and uploading to my bank account later on tonight, or probably tomorrow if I don't go over physically to the bank and just cash them, because I'll put a little bit more money in my pocket. But with that being said, y'all, I wanted to make sure that you had this information tonight, and I hope that I have clarified the term uh, we rise by lifting others. I hope that this has been enjoyable for you. I hope that the information that I have put out will be information that you can share with others or want to share with others: family, friends, co-workers, whomever, your next door neighbor, your uncle, your cousin across town, or whomever. As always, you have been listening to Unapologetic Tea Time with your host, PG. That's me. And like I said, as always, I try to do my very best to spread the word as far as information and as far as news. Today has been a pretty positive day. I didn't get down and dirty on anybody's ass like I normally do. Trust and believe, if you were looking for that, then you got food tonight. But maybe next week I'll be back to my normal self of, the rah, rah, rah and my rants. Who knows? I don't know. It just depends. Right now, I'm working on a few things and I'm kind of busy. I want to let you guys know that I have been invited to sell in an online auction, a face-to-face live auction. That's coming up. It was going to be on the 29th of this month, but the date was conflicting by the company that asked me to do it. So we are going to have to do it on October the 5th. I will be having that for the next few weeks on my blog. And when it comes time, about a week or so before, I am going to post the website address so that you guys can go ahead. If you follow me here on Unapologetic Tea Time with PG, you can go ahead and register. It doesn't cost anything. If you want to see me live and you want to see me selling some of my antiques and collectibles, I will be doing that on that night for a few hours. I'll have some really unique items. Christmas time is coming up. I know there's birthdays throughout the year. You may find something that you can't live without, or you may find something that you want to get a loved one, a family member, or a friend. I would appreciate your business. I would appreciate you just, be there to support me. And whether you buy anything or not, it doesn't matter. T-shirts will be, everything will be finalized by mid to late week on next week. So I will have 7 different T-shirts available for sale starting next week. So that's exciting, and I will let you guys know when that's That's all finalized, and there will be pictures posted and the prices. Hopefully, I will be able to go as large as a 5X. So hopefully, I will have something for everyone to choose. Once again, you've been listening to Unapologetic Tea Time with your host, PG. That's me. I am going to go ahead on and get up off of here, y'all. It's been real. It's been good. I thank you for your support. I thank you for tuning in. To all the people that's going to listen to this later on, once I'm off the live, I appreciate you tuning in. To all my future tune in people, thank you. To all of the old, tried, and true subscribers, thank you as always. Someone out here that needs to hear the words, I love you. I love you. There's someone out here that needs to hear the words, trouble doesn't last always. I don't know when it's going to end. I can't tell you that, but trust and believe. Just know that it will not last continuously. There is an ending at some point to your troubles. Just keep on doing what you're doing. Remember, there's only one you. You broke the mold. You're special. Keep doing what you're doing and have a wonderful evening. Peace out. Bye now.